Hi, welcome back to my channel. This will be a very short one I'm going to call this part one. I am going to take this apart. I'm really curious. This thing has a kind of an oddball problem. It's a 1968, 69 Sears Silvertone clock radio. Doesn't say where it was made in the back, doesn't say Japan or anything else. It just says made exclusively for Sears. But this, to me, is an Arvin. Screams Arvin. Arvin had some design people working for them back in the late 60s. They love this kind of form factor where you had the speaker on top, and they always had a slimline where they put all the a slimline box on the bottom it sat on that had all the circuits and stuff. But it's an AM FM clock radio. Clock doesn't work. I think it's a Tektron. It doesn't say that. I'll have to look at that when I take it apart. It's got a volume control, a tuner, or function. You get your AFC, FM, or AM, and by a tuning knob. But what the problem is with this is it only picks up basically 3 stations, even with a wire antenna hooked into the back of it. It does have that ability. The 3 stations it does pick up come in loud and clear, no distortion, but it won't pick anything up over 94, about 90, 95 megahertz, and nothing. The top of the scale on FM is dead, and everything it picks up is like 90.8, 90.5. I've got it running on an iPhone 4 hooked up to my FM transmitter, which I've talked about before. I use this as a diagnostic tool. Y'all should get one of these. They cost $6 on Amazon. It's phenomenal for testing sensitivity of radios, because if you can pick up off of this, then that means at least it's receiving. A lot of times I'll have this set up in the house that it's good 600-700 feet away, and I'll be playing something out here and I'll be able to pick the station up without any problems. In this particular instance, I've got this lower down to, it's set up for 90.5. That's what it's transmitting on. I usually use 107.3 because there's nothing up on the end of the dial around here that'll conflict with that. But since it was picking up on the lower frequencies, I decided to try it on here. It won't pick up when it's in the house. I brought it out here, and it's, if you can see, it's like right up against the radio. And I'm going to turn the volume up for just a second. There, I won't get a copyright strike for that, I hope. If I do, then might as well call it quits. That was, what, 3 seconds? But you can see the volume is good. So what I'm trying to do is diagnose this initially here to find out. I'm trying to think of what's wrong with it, and I'm thinking, well, I'm obviously going to have to take it apart. It could be any number of things, but it's obviously in the IF portion of this. Why does it pick up just a short range of frequencies? The AM does work, but not very successfully. It's kind of got the same problem. It'll pick up within a short frequency range, but then it won't pick up after that. So it could be something simple, like there's a problem in the antenna system, but that kind of leaves out the AM. The AM should work fine because the AM's not external on this. So anyway, I find that to be interesting. I also like the way this thing looks. It's very very mid-century modern looking. Arvin's tended to go that way. So it's ivory colored. It's not white, so it's not yellowed. Actually, is blending in with this piece of styrofoam I've got it on, or whatever that is, foam. There's the information. There's the model number. I haven't found, it's a 2090, so it's a Silvertone 2090, which also designates the color, which is beige. I haven't found a schematic for it yet, but I'm just in the early stages of listening. That's we're looking. That's the antenna, FM antenna hookup. Doesn't say anything about where it was made or who made it. It's just got a catalog number. I'm trying to read this through the. Actually uses 12 watts. I think a lot of that's the clock. I don't know. That's kind of a lot of watts for just a small transistorized radio, but nothing else I can tell you about it. I would like to get the clock working. Anyway, one of the things I think is interesting is there's the face, Silvertone solid state, magic glow clock. I wonder what that is. I'll have to look that up. I don't think they would be calling just a light bulb illumination magic glow. It must be diffused somehow. Anyway, it's got the knobs to it, although this knob looks like it belongs on the volume because it's got an arrow on it. You don't really need that for tuning. That's the correct knob. So this knob and that knob should probably be switched around. It's in really good shape, other than having some dust and stuff on it. No cracks, no chips. Clock face could probably clean out pretty good. So once again, I've got my iPhone 4 running, I don't know what the hell this application is. It's Intune is what it is. TuneIn. I'm sorry. And the battery powered FM transmitter that what this thing was designed to do was if you had a car radio that picked up FM, actually I think I'm not sure how that worked. You just plugged it into your phone, and then you would hang it and put it next to your car radio, and it would pick it up. I don't know. You could maybe use it for this, what I'm using it for maybe going up on internet, cellular. I don't know. Anyway, there's the light button. Probably the snooze button. I don't know how to turn the light on. All right, so that's what I got. I'm gonna go ahead and take it apart, and I'll make another video about that. It's about to rain. Already spent several hours on this thing trying to figure out what's wrong with it. Haven't taken it apart, but I thought that it was a good place to start. And I don't like doing long videos of my stuff. People tend to lose interest pretty quickly. Just kind of showing you what I'm beginning here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a really fast channel sweep.
Here's the sycamore trees that are in the vale for abundance.
That's religious. Oh, that's interesting. Apparently, running this thing is knocking out the other stations it was receiving, so. Alright, well, that adds more fuel to my fire that I'm thinking about. But once I get it apart, I'll have a better idea what I'm doing. I will try to make another video as quickly as possible, maybe this afternoon or tomorrow sometime, depending on what the weather is. I like working out here. It's actually a potting table, but I call it my portable workbench. it's at the right height for me. I don't like sitting a lot and working on stuff because my back's screwed up, and there's a lot of natural light out here, which is good. I was mentioning Shango, but he does a lot of his repairs out in the backyard at some kind of picnic table or something. So it really does help to see stuff that you normally wouldn't see under incandescent lighting. So, okay, that's what I got. I'm not going to waste any more time. Hope you guys are good, and I'll see you here shortly.